Hello everyone, my name is Gibbs and welcome back to the Gibbs Corner. Today we are doing our Wrestlemania review. We did our Wrestlemania predictions on the last episode. Today I'm once again joined by Jack. How you doing?
Okay, thank you.
Good. So yeah, we'll go through a few topics. We'll do a rundown of the Wrestlemania Saturday and Sunday. We'll do our thoughts on Raw, SmackDown, and then our thoughts on the overall week as it is. Before we do that though, let's chat some CM Punk, Tony Khan, AEW news.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this. So before I talk about this, I have to do a little discretion, so people don't come at me in the comments, because I know you will. Disclaimer. That's it. Not a, what did I say?
Discretion.
Yeah, give me a discussion as advice. I am. Yeah, I am an AEW fan. I've enjoyed their product. I have watched them since the beginning. I have tuned out a little bit for the weekly programming, but I will be watching Dynasty. Jack isn't. We'll put that straight. So there's the balance. But I'm saying that so that our views don't come across as we're just hating for the sake of hating. Let's give my opinion. So let's talk about the build-up of this. On Collision, before Dynamite, a graphic appeared that said, this was after WrestleMania Saturday, that they will be airing the real-life footage of All In between CM Punk and Jack Perry. People were like, what the fuck is this? There's no way they're actually doing this. They're doing a bait and switch, and they're doing like a weird comedy skit of it. No, it was true. They did actually do this, and they did a whole episode kind of building to this. So what they did was they showed the footage of CM Punk and Jack Perry's altercation at All In at Wembley last, I can't remember what month it was. It was about 9 months ago.
Last August.
Yeah. Which showed the exact, pretty much 99% of what CM Punk said on the Aaron Hawani interview happened. Was exactly what he said happened. And then they tried to incorporate it into the storyline. I'll let you talk about this, Jack, first, and then I'll give my thoughts as well.
Well, just I think what they were trying to do by airing it was try and get more people start to hate on Punk a little bit more, get more fans on their side rather than Punk's side. But I've seen it because all they've just done is just basically just confirm, like I said, what Punk said it's already done. So it's not like a trying to make him as a liar. He just said the truth what happened, and it did happen. I think from what I can see, I think the fans were trying to see CM Punk during the show after they had that segment. So I think it's probably done more damage than good, really. Because it's got more eyes on CM Punk, so more eyes on WWE, really. If you think about it.
Yeah.
I think I think AEW are trying to blame other reasons for why they're not doing as good as what they think they should be doing.
Yeah.
They should look in-house at their own product. And Tony Khan just look at himself in the mirror and say, what am I doing wrong? Why is it not as popular as WWE? Not trying to think of cheap ways to get views.
Yeah, and that's what it was. It was a ratings poll. They tried to do it. They didn't. It was a better rating than last week, but it was still not an amazing rating. It was 819,000 people tuned in to watch that. The issue with it was that it was a situation that happened 9 months ago that didn't really add anything to what we already know or give any other people minds. CM Punk fans were always going to go into that thinking CM Punk was right. AEW fans and people that don't like CM Punk were always going to say Punk was in the wrong. Nothing's changed in that situation. The only thing that's happened is Tony Khan has aired that so people can now see it. The issue with that is that it's massively backfired on them because the fans don't care anymore. It's a feud that will never happen because Jack Perry and CM Punk are in different companies, so it can never happen. This should have happened, if anything, 10 months ago or 7 months ago. Like, build off of that in your own company. Cool. Don't use it now just to excuse the fact you're showing it. It was a bad decision, and I don't even know if Tony Khan is regretting it. But the fans didn't like it. You can see CM Punk chants happening. Even during the actual airing of it. They cut back and you can see Tony Schiavone's face as he's watching it doing this. So he's obviously not a fan of it either. The backstage morale apparently was disappointed in the fact they did that. They wanted to move on. The thing that makes me more perplexed as to why they did this was Adam Copeland's promo the week before saying that there's negative BS, let's move on from that. They pulled the negative BS back and put more eyes on that issue that didn't need to be there. It's a whole mess and they should not have done it. And if anything, it's detracted away from what should be a big moment in AEW's history. Swerve is going to win the world title, most likely. That's a big history moment. People like Will Ospreay, Mercedes Moné should be celebrated, but it's been overshadowed by the fact that this situation happened 9 months ago and they've decided now to air it. That's the issue. It should have been resolved ages ago. And the issue with this, that people will always say, this was the altercation between Punk and Perry would have never happened if Tony Khan would have stood up, been a boss, and sorted it out. Yeah, it should have been the CEO of what Mercedes Moné is trying to be. It's a joke, and it was a stupid decision. Yeah,
I agree with that.
So overall mess. However, I'm still looking forward to Dynasty, despite the fact the Will Ospreay promo afterwards shat on Triple H as well. So we don't care about Will Ospreay and Bryan Danielson anymore because apparently we're building towards Will Ospreay versus Triple H. That we can't.
Yeah, what I found about that promo was, it's just a me thing, but when they interview, they face away from the crowd. So when they try and do it, they turn back and look at the crowd.
Yeah.
I don't know why they can't just do it facing the crowd, so your back's at the stage, not your back to the crowd.
No. It was weird. I get it. Like I totally get Ospreay wanting to respond. That's up to him. We know the personal circumstances as to why he didn't join WWE. That's absolutely fine. And maybe Triple H's comments were a little bit shouldn't have said it. However, you didn't know if he even mentioned Ospreay. He could have been alluding to Sasha Mercedes, because kind of what happened was Mercedes.
Sasha Mercedes.
Well, Sasha, aka Mercedes, you know.
Oh right, Sasha Mercedes.
But yeah, shouldn't have been. What I suggest, it shouldn't have been said on TV. Should have been on like something else. And yeah, it was just a bit of a bad episode of Dynamite. Yeah. Let's move on, which AEW should have done. Yeah. So we're going to do our WrestleMania rundown. I've got all the matches that happened. We'll be giving them a star rating, like Dale with Meltzer. And yeah, we'll go through it. And we'll give our overall review of WrestleMania Saturday and Sunday. Maybe do a review of Saturday, and then a review of Sunday, and then an overall review of the whole shebang. Yeah, let's get into it. The first match of Saturday was Rhea taking on Becky Lynch for the Women's Championship. Jack, your thoughts on the match?
I thought it was a great opener to a show. I liked the live entrance performance for Rhea Ripley's song. That was pretty cool. That gave it a lot of oomph for the start, which was the first match. And as WrestleMania needs to set that tone for the show. It's got high impact, high sort of excitement levels. You know it's going to be a good show. What was it out of 5 stars, 10 stars, 3 stars?
So it's between 1 and 5.
I'd give it 4.5.
Bloody hell!
I actually enjoyed the match. There was a lot of good moments there. There were moments where you thought Becky was going to win it, Rhea was going to win it, so that sort of like unpredictability of the match was there. Yeah, that was good. And I think overall it was a good match. I liked it, and I think the right person won.
Yeah, I think overall it was a great match. Got some good spots. You had Rhea dominated for large parts, but Becky came in and gave her the moves. Manhunter Slam, which Rhea kicked out of. There was a Riptide that Becky Lynch kicked out of. There was a weird thing where Becky was on Rhea's shoulders and they both tumbled outside the ring, and then Rhea delivered a electric chair. It was overall
Not a literal one. Just a
yeah. What a way to win a match. No, it was a great match. I will give it 4 stars. For the match. And to be fair, take into account the fact that Becky was ill during this, and also before the match, Rhea Ripley had panic attacks before. So yeah, you had that. So taking that into account, they had an unbelievable match considering all that. But yeah, it was a great match, and 4 stars I think is a good, and 4.5. Chuck it there.
I really liked it.
Perfect. Then you had the tag team ladder championship match. I have not written down the participants, but I'm going to go through them in my head. You had DIY. Quite funny because obviously the old shtick at the moment is that R-Truth calls them DX, Gargano as Shawn Michaels, and Ciampa as Triple H. So they came out as DX, which I thought was quite funny. You had the Judgment Day between the tag team champions, the Damian Priest and Finn Balor. You had Awesome Truth, R-Truth, and The Miz. You had A Town Down Under. You had the New Catch Republic, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. So those are the participants. It was a match that couldn't end until both championships were pulled down. So, I mean, what a match. There was a lot of amazing bumps that people took. You had... I'm not going to run through them in order, I'm just going to go through the ones I can remember off the top of my head. You had Ciampa did the air raid crash on Tyler Bates on top of a ladder. You had Grayson Waller going through a ladder as well. Finn Balor took some heavy bumps on some ladders. He loves a bump on a ladder. He does. He had one moment when he was on a ladder. He was on Tyler Bates' shoulders, and he was doing like the airplane spin with holding a ladder as well, which was quite funny. You had JD McDonough trying to help Judgment Day. He was chucked over and dropped onto 2 tables at the bottom. Unbelievable match, and you have both new sets of champions. SmackDown goes to A Town Down Under, Grayson Waller and Austin Theory, and the Raw goes to Awesome Truth.
Which I thought.
You did call. You called the exact participant. I couldn't believe how Jack was so right. I thought Awesome Truth might win the Raw one, but I thought for some reason in my head they'd do New Catch Republic as well. But I think the idea of having one heel, one face is probably a good idea anyway. So it's probably a good call.
That's WWE, isn't it? One heel, one baby face.
Despite them being on...
I'm the first champion now, so...
I thought it was a good moment, R-Truth being the one that pulls them down. So chucking Damian Priest outside the ring at the same time. And yeah, they are the new tag team champions on Raw. SmackDown will be Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. I'd assume, obviously with the draft coming up, they will stick that. They're not going to start changing the belts around. It'll probably be them constantly. But I thought this was a very good match. I'm going to kick off the star rating. And I'm going to give this a 4 stars.
I would... Yeah, I'd agree. I really enjoyed the match, actually. It wasn't a long match, but the time they had for it, they did a lot of cool moments. I thought the best highlight for me on that was the JD Britt for the table, for me.
Yes.
Because it was so far away from that table from where it was in the room. It was going to miss it. But the way he sort of just elevated right across and went down, that was, for me, that's the highlight of the match for me. I enjoyed that. Yeah. And I think the right people won.
Yeah.
I think maybe if a draft happens, maybe the new champion may defeat A Town Down Under teams.
Yeah.
Maybe they could defeat him in a pay-per-view in a month or 2's time. They could do it. Maybe they could do it in Scotland. You never know.
Yeah. Yeah, I think next. Yeah, it was a great match. I think it delivered on what it needed to deliver. It was never going to be a storyline driven match like some of the others were. It was a fun spot filled match that was just there to please people, and I think people were pleased.
4 stars.
4 stars. Yeah. Then we had Rey and Andrade versus Don. The reason I've called him Don is because in my notes it said Don. So Dom Mysterio, and Santos Escobar. So this match was randomly just here. I think everyone in their right mind thought it would be Rey versus Santos, considering that's what they've been building for a while. Then they added Dragon Leon into the fray, and then out of the blue he was out, storyline injured, taken out of the match, replaced by Andrade, which I think this is going to play into Carlito turning heel. A lot of people actually thought he was going to turn heel here. And it was just it was a cool match, don't get me wrong, I think it was a good match, but it was very randomly put together, and obviously you had the American football lads, the Philadelphia Eagles come in, Jason Kelsey. Cool for a moment, but it was just a bit of a weird one. I personally think this could have been done better if it was just Rey and Santos, and then you had the other guys around the ring. But overall,
Lumberjack.
Yeah, well, that'd be good actually. I've not had one of them for a while.
No, that'd be good.
But I think overall it was a decent match, but it could have been on a SmackDown, and you wouldn't have really noticed it any differently. What do I give this?
I've got a number.
Go on then.
I got 3. Being at 3 out of 5. I think I hear what you said about the match. I think it was an alright match. To make it more of a one you care about, there should have been a possible heel turn or something that would make you go, oh my god, kind of like you didn't expect it, but expected it. Kind of that probably helped a little bit, but it just seemed a bit like a bit of a filler to get through fill the gap of the show. Yeah. So it was a good match. So I'll give it 3.
Yeah, I agree. 3 stars is good. I actually have to point out, because this is the one move that I was like basically saying to Jack and the other friend that was there. Literally said, watch this spot. Joaquin Wild was on the middle rope and he got flung miles onto everyone else. Yeah. Which I said he does that a lot. You should watch this. That was cool. But yeah, overall cool. And it was a bit weird Rey getting the win. But
I know
it's Rey at WrestleMania.
I know Rey's a Hulk Hogan now. To the point of the pin.
Yeah.
Doesn't look fun, brother.
Unless you're AJ Styles, but we'll get onto that in a bit. Then we got the 6-women tag between Bianca, Jade, and your favourites, Naomi, versus Damage Control, which was Dakota Kai, Asuka, and Kairi Sane. Overall, I thought this was a very good match. I thought it was a good match, but I thought it was more of a good showing of Jade Cargill and the strength and the aura of Bianca Belair.
Yeah.
I thought
it was a short build of a match, though, wasn't it? It wasn't really series. They built a couple weeks prior to the show, so you wasn't really expecting much from it. It was just good to show what Jade Cargill can do, wasn't it? Let's be honest. So that happened. So I think they got what went out of it. So I think I'd probably give it another 3. It was a good match.
Yeah, but I agree. I think 3 stars is about right. I think it was good. Yeah, I just thought it was a decent match. Good showing for Bianca and Jade. Be interesting to see what they do. It looks like they are going to plan to be tag teams between Jade and Cargill. Bianca and Cargill, which I think is a good decision. I think that'd be quite cool.
I think maybe Bianca may turn heel on Jade Cargill. You never know down the line.
I could see
that could be a good SummerSlam match, couldn't it?
I could see that. I think they're destined to face each other. I think they're both unreal athletes, and I think Jade is a star, and I think she will be a big star. Then we had probably the most not divisive, probably everyone thought this, probably the worst match on the WrestleMania weekend, in my opinion, which was Jay versus Jimmy. Now, to be fair to them, not to fair to them, but the build wasn't great anyway, because a lot of their build was focused on the rest of the Bloodline and Cody and everyone else. They didn't really get much of a one-on-one build, which didn't help play into the fact that this match was super kick mayhem, followed by splash, a weird storyline moment where Jimmy was like, don't do it, but it was early to fake out Jay, with Jay getting the win after a pretty cool frog splash, but a pretty lackluster affair. Just wasn't it, was it? I'd say that. Just wasn't it.
No. It was poorly built. I think the Bloodline stuff got a bit too confuddled with them where they were meant to be. I think they were trying to salvage it the last sort of, say, 3 weeks where Jimmy was going to cost Jay opportunities for titles. So I think they were trying to help it. But it was... I think they should have done less time... Jimmy should have done more stuff with Jay rather than being in the Bloodline. I could understand why, because The Rock and Roman, maybe they want him in there, but maybe they should just try to do it more 50-50 rather than 80% Bloodline, 20% the Jay storyline. So, but I think for me, I think the match wasn't that great. I mean, to be honest, I think there's a couple of super kicks, but you see that on a regular match on a Raw or SmackDown. So there's nothing really there that was high. So there was no storytelling in the match.
No.
There's no like you think about some emotion from either one saying I can't do this, I can't do this kind of thing. I don't count the beggars. I don't do it. There's nothing like you see that brother versus brother, like they're crying or they can't do it. It's hurting, but there's nothing like that at all. So I think it was a poorly match really. So I'll probably give it 1.5.
Yeah, I agree. I was going to give it 2, but I don't think I can. I don't think there's nothing
No,
to salvage from it. I don't think it helps the fact they have identical movesets. They should have done a bit of a storyline where Jimmy or Jay was like, I need to figure out how I'm going to beat Jay or Jimmy with a different style. Because them doing the exact same moves to each other was like, what's this? And it was really weird. I get it, but like Jay kicking out of Jimmy's splash, but then Jimmy not kicking out of Jay's splash. I thought they really like devalued Jimmy, in my opinion. I was always thinking Jay was going to get the win. Like that was the right decision, but I don't think Jimmy had enough in it.
No.
And we have Sami Zayn versus Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship match. I thought they built this match up really well. They started with Sami Zayn talking to his family, his wife, and his son. Then you had Chad Gable there, but he said he wasn't going to go out with them. He could beat him on his own. He didn't need him, which I think was quite cool. Sami Zayn is then used. One of the best things that has happened since Kevin Dunn has been removed from the production side is the long running camera shots they do behind the wrestlers when they walk into the ring. I think that's quite cool. You had Sami Zayn walking into the ring. You had Kevin Owens there, giving him a big "Go on, you can fucking do this." And he was out there, and yeah, I thought that was quite cool. And then you had the match, unreal. An unreal match. I thought it was so good. I thought it was this is like one of those matches that you have great awareness of the wrestling psychology. You had like one guy that was just always on top. Every time Sami Zayn got a bit of momentum, Gunther hit him with a massive move that just knocked Sami down. And he just every little time he got a little bit of offense, boom, slap down, get down, you little bitch. That was Gunther's moveset and that. But it was a great story. You had moments where Sami Zayn is literally flapping on the floor, banging to get back up. Yeah, you had Gunther doing 2 splashes on him and then taunting his wife while doing so. He then went on to do the 3rd splash, which he missed. What now?
So just getting you in those
and
flashes.
then Sami then hit him with a Hoover kick to then send Gunther to the corner and then hit an unbelievable brainbuster onto the top turnbuckle, which some person thought it was a botch. What a gun. And then he was chucked into the corner and Sami Zayn hit 2 Hoover kicks for the victory in an unbelievable win. Jack Bitten, your thoughts?
No, it was a really good match. You basically just said what I was going to say, basically, in a nutshell, really. So he does that before me again. Don't know. That's it though. It was a really good match. I didn't expect something to win there, being quite honest with you. I thought maybe Gunther could have carried on a bit longer, maybe. Because I think he wasn't getting to the point where it was like a Roman Reigns or anything, getting tired. I think he was still for the Gunther reign. I was happy for him to be champion still, but then again, if he was going to lose, probably Sami Zayn is probably the best person to do it. Because everyone loves Sami Zayn, don't they, really?
Yeah.
So I think it's probably the right call, but if Gunther's gone to bigger and better things, it's the right call to do. But
yeah, I think
no, for the IC title picture could probably be a good picture now with more contenders. So hopefully it's just one of those stepping stones to get more new stars to appear.
One thing I'll say as well is I think with Sami now holding the belt, there's more jeopardy of Sami losing it because I feel like he can. Like you never know if Sami's going to drop it to the next pay-per-view or the one after that. Whereas Gunther, you always felt with certain people, this is where he continues. You felt that with Sami here, but then he shocked everyone and got the win. I just thought it was a great story, and I give this one 4.5 stars.
4 for me.
That's very, very not a bad idea. Then you had the tag team main events. You had the Rock and Roman going up against Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes.
Which again, I predicted right.
You did? Well done.
I said they'd win, and then they'd win it, and then the next night, yes.
Yeah, good prediction there. Well done. Yeah, I mean, this match started slow. It was a slow build, getting everyone into the ring, a couple of tags here and there, quite a few standoffs. Both of them, Cody and Roman went off on the stage. Seth and Rock went out to the back. I went into the crowd. Had a few bits there, spitting water into each other's faces. So it started slow, but then it kicked into real big gear. I said real big gear. Kicked into gear later on with Cody hitting a rock bottom onto Rock through the announce table. You had Superman punch spears. Seth Rollins. I love the way Seth Rollins can sell moves. Like he was selling Rock's offense. Like he was crazy. Roman hit a spear on Rock, which Rock sold crazy. Like he's just been hit by a bus. Which I thought was quite funny, quite cool, very good. Yeah, that's my basic rundown on the match. Jump in.
No, I really liked the match from start, middle to finish. I thought Rock's entrance was pretty cool.
Yeah, of course.
That was really good. Seth had another good attire for this match. Attire, that's pretty good. I think the matches I like those matches where it starts off slow. You don't those type of matches where there's so much anticipation. I think the worst thing to do is go straight into it. I think you want to give the crowd that extra minute, 2 minutes. Keep them waiting for another minute longer because they've actually been waiting to see. So rushing to give them another 30-second stare down. Do it even more because it gets to a whole new level.
Yeah.
In anticipation and excitement for the match. I think overall for Rock's cardio at his age, he went pretty good. He didn't seem out of breath. He was pretty on the ball with it. Some good moments going to the crowd and everything. So I think the ending I liked as well. We thought Cody was going to do it, and then I think it's kind of just shot down. The Rock game, the bottom of people's elbow. Yeah, exactly. That was really good. Doing it in front of Mama Rhodes as well. So, but it ended the show where you kind of thought, that sort of thing. Your stomach's like, what's going to happen now?
Yeah.
How's this going to affect night 2? But I think for that match, I really liked it. So I'd probably say 4.5. Again, I really liked the match. For me, it had everything. Ticked the boxes for me for a match. So.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm going to go 4 3/4.
4 3/4.
Yeah. I thought it was a really good match. I just thought the start was good, that it was slow, but I thought it was too slow. For the crowd that it was and how cold they were, they probably could have done with a bit of a faster opening.
Yeah, so.
But, obviously, everyone's got their opinions. I still thought it was a really good match. And I thought the right people won, because you got what you did night 2, which we'll get on to, and they wouldn't have got that without it. So I thought it was a good result. So we have Saturday there. That is the rundown of Saturday. Overall thoughts on the show?
If I'd rate the show out of 5 again, I'd probably give it 4. I think DJ Jimmy brings that score down a bit. There was just something missing on that Saturday Night Show. I still can't put my finger on it. There was something. It didn't feel like a Wrestlemania. A little bit. It was, but the points it did, but at some points it did feel like a Wrestlemania. Something was missing from it. I still can't pinpoint what it is. Maybe had that your screen flash green.
Yeah.
So
did mine.
And I think
it's Uncle Howdy.
I think it was something. It was missing something. Where it definitely did a couple of appearances with some legends, maybe because it was 40 years, or a couple of extra stipulation type matches, maybe. But something was missing. But good show. But 4.
I agree. I'll give it 4 stars as well. You said exactly what I was going to say. Did feel like something was missing, but overall I thought it was a decent show, and I thought the overall bad match was Jay and Jimmy, but there was no stinkers or anything other than that. on the show. It was absolutely fine, and it was a good way because we actually I think this is the first time really that the first night led into the second night. So I thought it was a good way of doing it.
Yeah, very clever. Never thought that actually. Yeah, true. Because a stipulation on night one affects night two. Maybe that's the way to go for it now.
First time they've really done that. So obviously, you had the inclusion and the link of last year's main event with obviously Sammy, Kevin, and the Usos, and then the main event afterwards. But this was a direct lead to the next night. It's like a cliffhanger at WrestleMania, which I thought was quite cool. And then we go on to Sunday. This kicks off with Drew versus Seth for the World Heavyweight Championship. It started off apps with Punk on commentary, I must add. It started off quick, big Claymore to start with, got a near fall, and it was a very Brock Lesnar match. You had just big move, kick out, big move, kick out. Very quick, you had Seth doing a pedigree on the outside when he's selling his knee. Kick out of curb stomps. Quite a lot of Claymores that Seth took and kicked out of. And then quite funny that Drew went over to his is it girlfriend, partner? I don't know the wives, are they?
It's a partner. I don't have a wife, but maybe
and tweeted out while he was there, said I was bored at work, which I thought was quite funny. And I thought it was overall a very, very good match. Then Drew wins. We were all celebrating. Very good moment. I thought it was a great moment to have Drew win the title in front of a crowd. Seth literally in floods of tears, saying you fucking deserve it. I thought it was quite cool. And Seth is an MVP of the whole weekend for me. But we'll get more into that in a bit. And then you had Drew gloating in CM Punk's face, giving him the suck it. Then Punk swipes Drew's leg, hits him with his arm brace, and then boom. Damian Priest runs out, hits him with the South of Heaven, I think he calls it, and then picks up the victory and becomes the new World Heavyweight Championship, cashing in his Money in the Bank. Jack, your overall thoughts of all of that?
The match was good. They said the bottom type match with like big moves. Again, like I said before, you need to have a big opener for a show like WrestleMania, which it had. I think the finish was the right. When you look at, if you didn't think, so I knew Denver was going to probably cash in because it made sense. But I thought we would on Seth Rollins, personally, not Drew McIntyre. But I can see why they've done it now because obviously they're going with the Punk and Drew McIntyre storyline for a little bit, which makes sense. I like Punk was on commentary. I liked commentary a lot. I liked the bit when Drew was in his face. It was just like on the table, and Punk said, "But no, I can't hear what you're saying." With the headset, it was quite funny. And Drew still sort of gloating, and maybe like the swipe of the legs and the shot with the knee arm thing, brace thing, and then when the music hit, he did the Triple H meme as well. I don't remember that. When like he did the camera, look at the camera kind of thing, the camera right in his face. That was quite funny, and. Yeah, shocking. For David, I'm not really a big David. I'm a fan of him, but I didn't see him as a world champion. That's why I was surprised he won the briefcase. I thought he would cash in and lose it. For being honest with you, but I'm willing to give him a chance. So let's see what he does. He may be a good run.
I think he's got good qualities, and I think you saw him on Monday Night Raw when he came out. You can see his look as a champion. I just think they haven't booked him as someone that could win it. But he's won it now, and I thought it was a great cash-in. I thought it was one of the best. Because you've made Drew a winner, you've finished Seth and Drew, it's not going to happen anymore. You've made Punk and Drew now, this big rivalry, and Damian Priest is now your new world champion. You've got 3 different arcing moments that happen in one whole segment. I thought that was great. And then I think Damian Priest, if you elevate him, listening to what he said, because he was on, might have been The Bump, not long afterwards, and was saying he wants to make this championship a workhorse championship like Cody Rhodes is going to. I have a funny feeling they might turn him face and remove him from the Judgment Day. And they might split the group up very soon. That could be my opinion.
I think the group worth a bit longer. The group's it's just on the stride now a little bit.
Maybe, but I wouldn't be opposed to them moving away from it and doing something different. It's just what you do with Finn afterwards that. But yeah, I thought it was a great whole opening segment. I think it was actually. The match I'll give the star rating a 4. Yeah. Do you give the overall segment a 4 as well? I'd say the whole thing is a 4.
I think for me, combining everything together, I'd probably give it a 5.
Wow.
I think it had everything. I think it had big moments where they're kind of, oh my god, they're going to do it, and then the surprise of the Damon cash-in, the Punk thing, all of that. I think it beats like one of the opener.
Yeah.
So I think if you put everything together, it's a 5. But it leads out with more questions and answers, which is what you want to do, isn't it? You now split into multiple storylines now, which is good. So that's what you want.
Yeah.
So I give it a 5. I liked it a lot. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I thought it was great. Then you had the Pride, which is Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits versus the Final Testament, which is Cross and the AOP. You also have B-Fab with Street Profits and obviously Scarlett with the Goth lads. Then you had Bobby Ray Dudley as a special guest referee as well, which I thought was a fun little add-on being in Philadelphia. This match started really sloppy, in my opinion. I thought there was a lot of random moves. I thought Scarlett hit B-Fab one of the worst trash can hits I think I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But it slowly it got better throughout, and then you had a good moment with Bubba putting his glasses on. You had obviously the ladies going through the table on the outside. You had Montez doing a frog splash onto Carrion onto the tables. You had a massive flip from Montez that took out AOP. I thought it was an okay match. It was a good match. It was throwaway, but it was alright. I think I'll give this 3 stars. Like I did with the others.
I think I would probably give it. Which was alright. I wasn't really that impressed with it. So I'd probably give it 2.5.
Fair enough.
A bit harsh, but that's what I think.
That's
2.5. Wasn't too bad. I think the only reason why it was good we did Bubba Ray Dudley. If it wasn't there, I probably would have been a bit bored of it because there was no care for me to be interested in that. I think the Final Testament still is a joke. I think what they've done to the bin together have not really taken over any brand by storm. So I think Triple H is either go put his finger out a little bit with that, get the faction going a bit. Not don't put on 2 factions. When you get factions going, build them as a faction. If not, then go their separate ways and be single stars.
Well, I don't know if you saw it, but they were on NXT the other day, so
there you go. Maybe that's a good way to go for a while. Build up the factions. Best place to do it, isn't it?
Because the draft does include all 3 brands as well.
Mm-hmm.
Then you had LA Knight versus AJ Styles. You said to me after this match finished that you'd probably preferred it to have a stipulation.
Yes,
or some sort
I think
of extreme element to it.
Should have had one. It should have had one.
However,
I think
sorry, Karen.
But the way the match was built, it was built in a way where there would have been a shimmer stipulation. So it was less about the match, more of a personal thing. So you think you want to make it a no DQ, a street, an ECW Philadelphia street fight, for example, the name for it. I think if they had some stipulation, that could have been a lot more brutal and a bit more fun to watch.
Yeah.
So I think today it got more personal, whereas we should put that stipulation. But I liked the match a lot. I think it was the right person won, which was good.
Yeah.
I think I'll probably give it 4.
Yeah.
Match was good. I don't like AJ Styles' new thing. I heard it last night on SmackDown. I don't like it.
Yeah, it's a weird one.
I'd rather it goes back to the original thing.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I was gonna say I get what you're saying with the stipulation, and I was gonna say, however, I thought the match, despite that, was also very good. I thought this might have been one of the night's best showings. I thought it was a great match between two. I mean, you can't really have a bad match with AJ,
no,
unless you're Shinsuke somehow in WWE, that is. But yeah, I thought good match. I thought it was a great showing for LA Knight. There's some good moves in there. BFT. People slight the finisher, but I quite like it.
BFT. I like that bit. I just see some people said it really good. So he had a match in SmackDown, didn't he? Last qualifier. Was it Escobar?
Probably.
and he did the BFT, and by the way whoever sold it was really pretty good.
Yeah.
The impact of that coming out from that, it actually looked a pretty devastating finisher. I like the finisher. I like the name Bronco Sharma.
Yeah.
I like that name.
Yeah, I thought it was very decent. I would give it 3.5.
Oh gosh. How's that?
I think you could have gone a bit longer. I think you could add a bit more time onto it. But other than that, it was good. It was absolutely fine. Good match, and it built up LA Knight, which was what it's supposed to be. Then you had the United States Championship triple threat between Logan, Randy, and Kevin Owens. Again, I thought this was a really good match. I thought it had a good showing on each of them, with the Prime Bottle on Logan's side as well, which was I Show Speed, which Randy on RKO'd Speed onto an announce table, which I thought was quite funny, barking at him as well.
No question of what Randy Orton did?
No. You had a great. I thought it was a great match. I thought Kevin had a great showing. I thought Logan had a great showing, and Randy had a good showing. That's kind of what you want in a triple threat. Yeah. Overall, I think this is a really good match. I quite like the decision of Logan retaining. I wouldn't mind. Obviously, I would have liked Randy to maybe pick up the victory, but I've got no issue with Logan being the United States Champion still. I thought this was a really good match. I will give this. I thought this was better than AJ. I thought this would give 4 stars.
I liked the match. It was good. I liked the show speed interference. That was pretty fun. That's like an annual thing now, isn't it? Having Logan Paul, who's going to be on the bottle next year, I think. I think I would give it a 3.5.
Alright, fair play.
Yeah, sure. I think it wasn't. It was a good match. It wasn't a match where I was going, oh my god, like that kind of thing. But it was a good match. It was a good threat. So I think 3.5.
Cool. Well, yeah, that's fair enough. Maybe I over-animated it. Then you had Bayley versus Io Sky for the Women's Championship. I thought this was a great match. I thought this was one of the best matches of the weekend. I thought Bayley had a great showing. I thought Io had a really good showing. I just thought this was a really great match. You had Bayley kicking out of the Io moonsault, which I don't think not many people do. I thought it was overall a really, really great match. More of a Japan style, but I thought it was great. And Bayley picked up the victory and got the right win. Yeah, there's not much more to say about it. I thought it was really good, and I give this one also 4 stars.
Yeah, I'd agree. 4. It was a good match. Right person 1. Yeah, 4.
Yeah, really good. Then you had the main event. You had Cody versus Roman for the Undisputed Universal Heavyweight Championship in Bloodline Rules. Let's run through this match as quick as I can. You had Cody and Roman having a great normal match to begin with.
Yeah, a bashathon. A bashathon.
Bashathon, I like that. A slabo knuckle. I thought it was great. They have such good chemistry, Roman and Cody do. I think they have tremendous matches. I thought it was great. And then you had the interferences. As Cody is hit a crossroads, he's going for a second one. Jimmy comes in and super kicks Cody. Roman hits a Superman punch, which leads Jay to come out. They fight, and then Jay spears Jimmy onto the announce table. Bug it up. I've travelled far. Off the stage to the two tables, which I thought was great. Then you had Cody spearing Roman into the barricade as well. Again, a good back and forth action between them in between that. And then Cody Rhodes again is going for the treble. Crossroads, he hits 1, he hits 2, and then out of nowhere, Solo from under the ring hits a spike on Cody. Drags Roman to pin him, he kicks out of that. Solo's going crazy, he beats up Cody even more. Roman and Solo hit a double spear spike combo. Cody Rhodes kicks out of that. Solo's going crazy, and then John Superman Cena comes down to the ring. He takes out Solo for revenge. He hits an AA onto Roman Reigns, and then hits an AA onto Solo onto the Spanish announce table. Then the final boss, The Rock, enters the fray. He comes down looking glorious as ever. Sorry.
Yeah, you contracted it. Glorious as ever. I was saying he was swearing, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, he was going down to the ring like, I make that fucking car. I saw that one. He came down. They had a great Hogan Rock stare down.
His voice is breaking. He loves that much. Then what gets him all trembly now, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. He makes him blush. Then you got Rock and Hogan, Rock and Cena, having a showdown. Then Rock hits a rock bottom onto John Cena, and then
he goes, no, and then he goes, get the fuck out the Rock ring.
There you go. And then the Shield music plays, which for some reason, despite it being physically impossible, I looked over at Jack and went, what the fuck? Because I thought John Moxley was here.
Everyone could ever say that it was John Moxley coming.
Yeah. Unreal moment that was. And then Seth comes out wearing the Shield gear. Roman stops him before he can do anything and hits him with a Superman punch. Then Rock's about to tap Cody.
Seth has the chair as well. But
yeah, it's the chair, yeah. Then you had Rock about to whack Cody with a belt again. And then you hear the gong of The Undertaker. Undertaker appears, chokeslams Rock's, disappears, while also adding another detail, which I don't think many people picked up on, is looking at Cody before he leaves. And the dong hits again, and he leaves the ring. And then it's just Roman, Cody. You don't see him quite, but Seth's in the ring still. And you've got the chair and the belt. Mama Rose, which I thought was really goodly placed.
Yeah, what a choke slam. Wade not land. The belt, the belt where it's actually landed, it went down, it landed back up on its side.
Yeah.
Good luck. That's pretty lucky it did that.
Yeah, it was great. Then you've got Rock. You've got Roman. There's so much going on, I can't think. You've got Roman, got a chair. He's got a decision to whack Cody. Or to whack Seth. He chooses the 10-year grudge. I can't wait. I'm trying to hold the last. He attacks Seth with the chair, gets his revenge after 10 fucking years.
Seth lands on the floor. You're missing his point here with Seth. Where he lands the exact same way Roman did 10 years ago.
Then
on the bottom rope.
Roman goes to spear Cody. Cody hits Roman in the face with a boot. And then he hits the treble, Crossroads, to become your new champion. He's finished the story in one of the best WrestleMania main events of all time. What a fucking match. What an emotional moment. We went mental. We didn't know what was going on. I think I could have... I don't know what. I felt like I was drunk, and I wasn't. I didn't touch a drip. It was unbelievable. I will go with 5 stars right now.
Yeah, I agree. For me, it's a 5-star match. A 5-star match. When you have that match, had it. It had good wrestling. It had amazing drama. It had cinema. It had emotions. It made you feel anger, shock, sadness, surprise, happiness. Anything. All the matches it had, it ticked. But yeah, I like this. I knew people would be interfering. What was nice of us, everyone was expecting Steve Austin to appear. And Player also he didn't do it financially, he didn't get a good financial. So Tangria, you thought he would have done it not for the money, especially in that big round. But again, we've not heard from him, so we don't know if that's true or not, that's just rumours, so we don't know. But the surprise of Undertaker being there was great, because you didn't expect Undertaker being there. That was great, how surprised. Oh my god, kind of wasn't expecting that. It was the right time for this to end. Reigns had a Hall of Fame worthy career, probably one of the best championship reigns in history of this business.
Yeah.
So I think it's the right time, which I'm glad they pulled the trigger. and Cody Rhodes. It was nice that they had a little celebration at the end. What would have been nice would, I suppose, if maybe Reigns had got his flowers a little bit, I suppose, maybe on the show. So maybe Reigns could have acknowledged what Cody did, but if Reigns is going to come back and continue this kind of rivalry, I suppose it makes sense not to do that. Which I think is probably going to happen. It was nice seeing Triple H cut them with Bruce Pritchard, sort of nice bit of backstage moment to be out in front of us. And the camera was quite nice. It's 5 stars. It's a perfect match. Perfect way to end the show, and it puts WrestleMania 14 one of the best WrestleManias
of all time. I think that's a great way of saying it. WrestleMania Sunday for me is a 4.5-star show. What a weekend of action that was. What a WrestleMania.
I'd give it 5 out. I'd give it 5 out of 5 for WrestleMania Sunday. For me, from WrestleMania that I want to watch, that had it all that Sunday.
Fair enough.
So,
that's absolutely fine. But no issue with that. And what a WrestleMania that was. Overall, Saturday and Sunday, you can say Saturday was the week show, but it still had stuff on there that makes you want to go and watch it, certain bits of it again. Sammy and Gunther, the opening match, unreal stuff. Sunday is the ultimate WrestleMania. Unbelievable stuff. And what a weekend of action. Then we move on to Monday Night Raw. Now, because we are currently sat here on a Saturday, this is probably going up on a Sunday. It's a week since Monday Night Raw. I cannot remember to the life of me the rundown of the entire Monday Night Raw episode. I'll give my thoughts on probably the big segments. I think it's going to lead into other bits of the show. So the show kicks off with Triple H coming down to usher once again that this is a new era. Fuck off, Vince McMahon. Basically. He's selling his stock, always remaining stock in TKO, which means he could have nothing to do with the company. Yep.
So.
Yeah. That's what this whole new era is to say this is now Triple H's WWE. This is not anything to do with Vince McMahon, Ronda Rousey. This was Triple H coming out, ushering a new era, bringing out Cody Rhodes, your new champion. He showed him a video package, which was emotional. Showed all, his building blocks, him as old Cody, undashing. You saw Stardust. You see him leaving the company, going around the Indies with Brandy. You saw him coming back, winning the gold. You deserve it, chance for Cody. He cuts a bit of a normal promo, thanking everyone. He says he was, I'll get this right. He went from undesirable to undeniable to undisputed Universal Heavyweight Champion. The Rock comes down to the ring. Here he is. He says, Cody's done it. Well done. Well done, well done. He says, can I hold your belt? Cody's like, okay. I'll give you that. Rock gives Cody his belt in a bit of an awkward moment, but it was alright, whatever. But it is a throwback to what Cody did in 2014, I believe, or 13, ages ago, when this championship was first unveiled. That's what that throwback was for. Then you saw Rock, after announcing that he's going to be coming for him, for Cody Rhodes, give him something. Don't know what it is. Just don't know what it is. It's not been announced, is it? To what actually it is.
No, I think it's something. I don't know. I ain't got a clue. There's some wild conspiracy theories. I think something to do maybe with Dusty Rhodes. Apparently he pawned his Hall of Fame ring or something to fund AW. I don't know if that's true or not. It could be that. It could be the lighter that started the bus fire in Cody Rhodes' bus. But I've got no idea what it could be.
Yeah, I think that's quite cool though. And then obviously Rock's. It says he's going to come for Cody no matter what, whether he's a champion or not. Cody will be champion. And then walks away. Given this whole, oh shit, we're about to get Rock Cody at some point down the line. I thought it was a great segment. Giving Cody the flowers of being the champion, but knowing that Rock is in the background ready to come. Ready to attack Cody once again. And try and go for the title. Then I'll talk about one other bit of the Raw. Oh no, there's actually a bit more. You've got on Raw. Why can't I remember? Oh yeah, you had a match with Shinsuke Nakamura coming out. This was This is like in the opening hour, which was commercial free of Raw as well. Ilya Dragunov, your NXT champion, comes out, and to be fair to him, gives a bit of a bashing to Shinsuke Nakamura. Pins Shinsuke with a unbelievable move. I can't remember what it's actually called, but he basically runs, he jumps from a high point and smashes his opponent's face. And then I think it's called a Torpedo Moscow, where he basically runs at them and like throws his body at them. That's basically what I see it. And picks up the victory against Shinsuke Nakamura. Your NXT champion picked up a victory against Shinsuke Nakamura. What a showing for Ilya Dragunov. Thought it was great. Will he be a part of the draft? He said he's eligible. Will he be on a Monday Night Raw or if I not SmackDown? Be interesting to see. We also had Roxanne Perez, your NXT Women's Champion, also make her debut. I thought that was great. Good showing once again, getting the victory. Jade Cargill destroyed Chelsea Green.
Boo.
Yeah, Chelsea Green's great. Fair. Yeah, and then you had obviously a backstage segment which kind of said it all between Ava, your NXT General Manager, with Nick Aldis, SmackDown General Manager, and Adam Pearce, your Raw General Manager, saying the draft's about to come, about to happen, and we're all eligible. Who will we get? Let's find out. We've also had the basically showdown that Sami Zayn will be facing Chad Gable next week for the Intercontinental Championship, because he owed him a favour for training Sami to be the best, to be Intercontinental Champion. And yeah, do you know what? I thought it was a good Raw after Mania. I thought it was great, considering the absolute shambles that was last year's Monday Night Raw after Mania. What an upgrade this was. Your thoughts?
Absolutely, I agree with that. Yeah, it was, basically what you just said is what I agree with. It was a really good Raw after Mania. It's nice that obviously the main event with the World Heavyweight title, one of my contenders is going to be Jew. So.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that.
So yeah, the Drew promo was quite funny about talking about Damian Priest, and he said going to beat his ass. But Damian Priest might like that because he's known as the bisexual maker. Yeah, it's quite funny. Drew was really good, great promo. Surprised with Drew still winning it, but that's going to be a good fun story. Drew has some issue with the Judgment Day, so it makes sense, doesn't it? So there's some basic build-up story where they've got a month now, just under a month to build this match up for Backlash France. So they're going to do it. So this could be Jay's redemption, I suppose, for having the worst match and you win a world title shot the next night.
Yeah,
that's the way to do it.
Yeah, I thought it was great, and obviously Punk costing Drew that opportunity, so that gives him more reign to have a feud with him.
We've been for a while now.
Yeah.
Like I said, last couple of months.
Yeah, I thought it was a great Raw, and such an upgrade to last year. Obviously, that was very Vince McMahon, to be fair. Then you got SmackDown. Let's go into that, because that was quite major. So, you had two triple threats to determine the number one contenders, or to determine some contenders for the championship to face Cody Rhodes. He came out and cut a promo to say, "Thank you once again. I am the champion. I am the best." And set up the two triple threats between Santos Escobar, Bobby Lashley, and LA Knight. Can't remember.
Wait for you to say it.
And then LA Knight, with LA Knight picking up the victory on that one. Of course, unfortunately, I don't think he'll be beating AJ Styles.
No.
But still a good moment for him in a decent triple threat that was obviously filled with a lot of interference from the LWO and the Legado del Fantasma. They went crazy. Some moves there. I like saying that. Some moves there. Yeah, good match, and then obviously LA Knight picking up that victory, and then you had the Bloodline Saga. You had Paul Heyman once again. He's not gone. He's still here, still with the Bloodline for now. He was with Jimmy and Solo. They go up to the locker room, which is now Cody's locker room. No longer the Bloodlines. Kevin Owens walks in there. Then they're trying to organise this. They go out to the ring. Solo gets a nice little presentation that he's the lead guy. I thought it was quite cool. Leads into what happens next. Paul starts cutting a promo about obviously all Cody's situation. The fact that it was not going to use any excuses. And Paul iterates early in the night that wins and losses matter and they have consequences. Solo takes that quite literal and says losing has consequences, right? Well, they need change. He moves Paul out the way. He then looks at Jimmy. He hugs Jimmy. Looks like I thought he was going to spike him, but he doesn't. A run-in, a hooded figure, also known as Tama Tonga, who is now a part of what I would like to call the new Bloodline. He attacks Jimmy, absolutely batters him with a holy shit chant from the crowd, which I thought was quite cool. One thing I will say, because I've noticed it, we in the UK have a channel called TNT Sports, used to be called BT. They did not mute the holy shit chants. However, the over on the USA, not USA, Fox, they did mute them. So that's very interesting. Jack had a visitor. Oh, nice! What a mug.
Yeah. It's just a bit ready, but it says.
There we are. I got that for him. That twat. Tama Tonga absolutely brutalises him, and then Solo hits him with a dozen spikes, and then hits his running splash with a chair wrapped around Jimmy's neck, with Paul screaming, "This is not what the Tribal Chief wanted."
No, that's not what he did do a Paul impression.
I don't care.
What he wanted.
There you go. Then Solo hits him like that, and that segment ends. Jimmy seems to be out of Bloodline. Later on, Paul is in the back. in the back of Jimmy. He checks on how Jimmy is doing. He says, "Not great." And then Tama comes up to him and says that was the orders of a tribal chief. Or da.
There's innuendos.
Yeah, as the orders of the tribal chief. Solo then walks up to Paul Heyman and looks at his thumb, which I thought was quite funny. And then they walk away. What I'd like to see with you, Jack, I've been talking for so long, I can't wait. I believe that every rubber band falls. I believe that this will lead to a new Bloodline civil war.
A lot was saying that. Roman Reigns will come back as a babyface. He'll get some babyface Bloodline members. Rock will come back as some Rock heel Bloodline faction. Two Bloodlines, Survivor War Games. I mean, it makes sense, doesn't it? Really, another iteration of the Bloodline. It wasn't the end of it last weekend. It was just another chapter in it.
Yeah, a new story.
Chapter 3. Yeah. So it's looking that way. But I think Roman Reigns, I think he's advertised for the SmackDown before SummerSlam, but it's been pulled off that.
Yeah, I was going to say, apparently it's been taken.
So we may be back earlier, or maybe back later. They may have said, okay, longer off. But if I'm predicting the next sort of big matches, from what I've heard, I think they're doing, I'll probably say Rock, Cody, next WrestleMania. The one after, they say it could be Rock and Roman. I think SummerSlam, it's maybe a bit of a long shot, but I would like to see Seth and Roman go at it again.
Yeah.
Maybe like a one last time kind of thing. This is the last time they're going for each other. Sort of settle the emotion that Roman still has about it all. I think if Rock can do it, why rush these matches? Why rush them? Why get done in a year when he can space them out for a couple of years? Tell some great stories. So I'm all for his matches. I'm just hoping that Cody will not lose the title now.
Yeah,
Let's
I
have something
don't
fresh.
think he will.
I think the bloodline stuff and the Cody stuff can be on par with each other.
Yeah,
It's on separate. They're on the same show, but kind of sort of parallel to and trying to
Yeah.
eclipse each other. So
Yeah.
it just makes SmackDown even a better show to watch, doesn't it?
Yeah. So I think the Civil War is happening. I think it will be Rock with Solo, Tama, and maybe even Jacob for 2.
Yeah, and then Roman, Jimmy, Jay.
And then someone else. I can't remember who they said it was. Someone like maybe Zilla or Zilla.
Yeah,
The other brother that's somewhere
yeah,
as well. they'll have more. Bloody Rikishi, if you know what I mean. Well, that's very interesting though. There was a tweet from Rikishi when Jimmy got battered that said, "Believe that," which was very weird, very interesting.
And then what's happening is after the Civil War, we want to get rid of them, start doing the too cool dancing.
Yeah, if only.
With the hats on there.
Yeah. Then obviously you had the other triple threat, which had AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, and Rey Mysterio in what was an unbelievable main event. It was a great match. It ended with Rey was looking to hit a Hurricane Rana on to AJ Styles, but he countered it and hit an unbelievable Styles clash from the top, on Rey, with Rey onto Kevin Owens and pinning Rey for the 1, 2, 3, and it will be LA Knight versus AJ Styles next week on SmackDown for a WrestleMania rematch with a number 1 contendership match on the line as well. Yeah, I thought this was a very good SmackDown.
What I like about that stuff there is just, I like how they're not doing a pay-per-view on WrestleMania rematches. I hated the WrestleMania Backlash.
Yeah.
Hated that idea. It's all just lazy booking in it, booking rematches. If you want to do rematches, do it like this.
Yeah.
On regular shows. A-star quality matches on a regular show, not wait a month for the same match again.
Yeah.
It's lazy booking, I find. They're not doing it anymore now. They're going to do new storylines, not just use WrestleMania, just keep them going for another month. So, WrestleMania, new storylines from day one after WrestleMania. Good. So, it was a great SmackDown. Interesting to see how the draft plays out for SmackDown.
Yeah.
People losing to stars.
It'd be interesting.
But the Bloodline stuff goes to Raw, and Cody goes to SmackDown. Could they be on both shows?
I think they will be on both shows. I think the Bloodline will stay on SmackDown, and Cody will stay on SmackDown. I also think Jay might be on SmackDown.
Yeah. Yeah.
But what I will say, what people need to remember, is what you see right now is not what you might be seeing or could be seeing 4 weeks down the line. You've got the draft coming up. That is when everything becomes new again, and you've got new storylines. That's why you're getting the LA Knight AJ Styles again. These next 3 weeks are to fill the time to get to Backlash. Once Backlash is done, it's a whole new array of stories that can be told.
Road to SummerSlam.
Road to SummerSlam.
You think about it.
Yeah, with a lot of international events on the way. I think this is, what a week of professional wrestling it was.
And to top it off, to finish off this podcast,
Oh, nice. There you go. Very nice indeed. Oh, yes, that's a good way of doing it. Oh, yep. Overall, a great SmackDown, great Raw, great WrestleMania. The overall thoughts of WWE in the future. Well, ironically, in the future, this next Friday coming, me and Jack will be heading to the O2 Arena to watch a WWE live show. We're looking very much forward to it, and we expect some good action from Raw superstars. Hopefully Cody will be there. You might see some of the Judgment Day. I think it'll be a great night. The whole day. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Me and Jack are... I may vlog it. It might be on this channel. It might not be. It might be on the other one. We'll see how I feel about that. And the thoughts on the future of WWE... Well, it couldn't be any more exciting, could it?
No, I think at the moment this is one of the best period they've had in 15 years, something else.
It has to be.
I think it's just getting started. Really, being honest with the way Triple H is saying it, it's just getting started. He's got plenty of ideas, plenty of stars, plenty of new storylines. It's a new time, it's a new era. It's the Renaissance era. It's trademarked it, so the best is yet to come.
Exactly. Yeah, I think it's an exciting time for WWE. I think it's a great time. Yeah, I cannot wait. And I think this will be a very, very interesting time period between now and next year's WrestleMania. We could have 2 WrestleMania main events stacked already with Cody and Rock and then Roman and Rock. Yeah, an unbelievable week of wrestling. I hope you have enjoyed this episode of the Gibbs Corner. Mine has been Billy Gibbs. I've been with Jack. And after that long talking moment, I need to have a breather. And I will see you in the next one. Until then, like, subscribe, and so on.